The major record labels say that downloading their music from the internet is stealing. But according to these people, making a mixtape for your friend is stealing too. So is making a tape of a radio show. When a rock band plays an AC/DC cover at a bar that doesn't pay ASCAP, that's stealing. When an MC rhymes over a sample beat, that's stealing. Have you ever sung happy birthday to your friend at a restaurant? Watch out, happy birthday is copyrighted, so if you're singing in a public place, you'd better be paying royalty, or you'll be stealing music. Does all this stuff about stealing music sound absurd? Would you rather have a world where our music culture wasn't the intellectual property of 5 corporations? And stop giving them your money. Don't pay for major label music, and make sure your friends and family don't either. Even better, burn them CDs of the music they like, so they won't even want to buy. If we pull the plug on the major labels, music get better.
What you want to ask me, darling?
PCU Prank Call Underground Radio.
It doesn't.
2 gay men took off their clothes, climbed a tree, and engaged in lewd sex acts for 4 hours in the tree before hundreds of onlookers.
We are controlling transmission.
Vulva is what girls have down below.
Your breasts grow firm and blossom under their canopy of fragrant silken skin. Feel your breasts swell. Feel them grow firm as they blossom to their natural limit. Feel the sensation.
You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to
KDK's Lunatic Fringe.
All systems go. Prepare for countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off to adventure in the amazing year 400 billion.
Testing. Ooh, excellent. A little low, but offset.
Ain't got no relation to all those other stations. Turn it on. Put your life into a bubble. We can pick you up on radar. Hit our satellite with feeling. Give the people what they
I can't breathe. Stop. Oh, no. Oh, dear.
Hello everyone, welcome to KDK's Lunatic Fringe. It is me, KDK, and I'm here because it's Saturday, and we've nothing better to do, right? So, hello everyone, I'm in a very decent mood, even though it was a rough day at work today. Things are going very well. Oh, but I so hate working. You know, I signed on to work. I signed on for a full-time job, not a full-time plus a part-time job. Oh dear. But anyway, at least I'm getting off my fat ass, losing weight, getting back in the impeccable shape that I was a couple years ago, and happy about that one thing at least. And at least I still get to come home and hang out with you guys, even though I did get Diablo 3 on Tuesday. So I hope you guys appreciate the fact that I'm here hosting a program rather than, playing Diablo 3. I hope you guys appreciate that. I did consider for a short moment, what if I played Diablo 3 outside of like full screen mode? I can play it in window mode so that I can talk between like music and prank calls and then go back to playing, or like keep on playing like through the music and prank calls. Just turn all the sounds down on Diablo 3 and just be sitting there playing. But I'm not going to do that to you guys because we're here to do some prank calls. My voice is ever so slender tonight. Are you talking about me losing weight? You know, since I took this job, I lost 10 pounds. Doesn't sound like much, but I've also been, I'm back on the supplements and, the protein drinks and getting so much exercise at work that I probably lost like 20 pounds and packed on like 10 pounds of muscle in the past 3 weeks, so there you go. Eventually I'll get into the impeccable shape that I was when I used to do like webcam shows so people could see my amazing body. Believe it or not, like years ago I used to do shows in like a tank top because I wanted people to see like how ripped I was. And then a couple of years without work I packed on like 30 pounds, so nobody sees me on camera anymore until I'm back in shape. I'm actually already just getting in better shape, so anyway, thank you for joining me. I am your host for the next several hours. I am KDK. And you can join us, instead of just listening, you can interact with the program by going to kdkprankcalls.com, clicking on the link for the chat room. And if you have names, numbers, and ideas, you can send them to me in there. I am there. I'm the guy with the big A next to my name, and the name in all caps, like I'm shouting, KDK! Right? Yeah. Or you can hit me up on AIM. I'm already on AIM as KDK Pranks, KDKPRANKS, and you can send me your names, numbers, and ideas for people whom you would like me to call tonight. I'd like to solicit ideas more than numbers tonight because it's been a long day and my mind hasn't been on prank calls all day because I've been busy. Today is Saturday and the restaurant was very, very busy. Oh, and I'm so happy. Remember last week I was complaining about covering for the pizza chef who walked out? Now I'm loving it because everyone's slaving away over the hot greasy stoves, and I'm in like a little alcove with like mood lighting, because it's part of the dining room. They don't want it to be real bright, so I have to like learn to work in like dim light conditions at night. But I get to listen to the jazz out on the patio because they have live jazz bands play every Friday and Saturday night, and I'm sitting there putting on a show for the people who are watching me make pizza, and I'm throwing it in the air, and it didn't take me too long to remember how to make pizza, even though I haven't done it since I was like in my late teens. But it's sort of like riding a bike. Once you know how, just a little bit of practice, you're going to be back to where you were again years ago. And all the people in the kitchen are jealous of me because it's a fancy fine dining restaurant, so they don't really sell a whole lot of pizzas. There's they sell like personal gourmet pizzas, and they sell a lot, but they don't have like a lot of takeout, like a lot of people calling up to like order pizzas for takeout like a regular pizza place because it's expensive. It's a fine dining place, so you can call up a different pizza place and get it for $5 less. So and people do that. So I'm basically just sitting there pretending I'm busy and like talking with the people, and sometimes people will come back and will ask me to show them how to make pizza. No, Tabachi is asking if I'm preparing pizza outside. No. I'm in the back of the dining room. There's a little alcove where the pizza station is. But right in front of me, like across the dining room, they have like the outdoor patio, and they leave the doors open. That's where the jazz band performs. So they turn off like the music inside, and people like throughout the restaurant can listen to the jazz, and you can't hear it back in the kitchen. And back in the kitchen, since most of the people are Spanish, all they're listening to is that horrible Spanish music. And you know what? A lot of Spanish music sounds like German oompa band music. And it's pretty horrible. And Tabachi asked me if I get tipped well. No, well, I'm not serving, so I don't get tipped, but every once in a while people are impressed, and especially if they order pizza and then they watch me make it and put on a show, and then they eat it, and then they're like, thank you, and they walk up and they leave me like $5, but I'm not serving, so I don't really get tips much, but sometimes they walk up and leave money. But I'm in a good mood, looking forward to doing some prank calls tonight. I have some new Jerky Boys calls that you may not have heard yet that I'll be playing throughout the program. I noticed that they were up for download. It's like they have like 5 or 6 calls, short ones, and to be honest with you, really not very good ones, up for sale for like $4 on the Jerky Boys website. I think it's thejerkyboys.com, but don't quote me on it. I'm not sure off the top of my head because I was just going for my link. So, yeah, we have that to look forward to. I'll be playing some music, making some pranks, and I'll be on. I do have to get up early for work tomorrow, so I'll be on, I don't know, probably until 1 or 2, so we have that to look forward to. In the meantime, let's begin with one of those Jerky Boys calls that I talked about. This one, I'll just start from the top. This is a very short one called Jack's Late Lunch.
Hello?
Hello, Special Pest.
Oh, boy, who's this?
My name's Adai. I'm probably coming to Ann Tabor.
Yeah. I just sat down to lunch, Pardon me?
Fall back?
I'm having a late lunch.
Yeah, do you like fall back?
Yeah. You ever had that, like, a little afternoon kind of lunch?
Yeah, it's had one.
Yeah, just like a little late, I'm eating like a little frizzler. They pack them in the parfait,
Yeah.
Oh, it's delicious. You ever had one? What, a cafe mochaccino? Yeah. Hello?
I'm here.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Yeah, I'm just having a late lunch, that's all. Yeah.
Why call back?
Oh, shit. Okay, when do you think about?
Are you going to be in?
Oh, if you can't get me today, there's a great chance you can get me tomorrow.
Alrighty.
That would make sense, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'm just eating a really late lunch.
Okay.
Okay? Bye, sweetie.
Bye.
Mommy told me something a little kid should know. It's all about the devil, and I've learned to hate him so. She said he causes trouble when you let him in the room. You'll never ever leave if your heart is filled with him. So let the sun shine in, face it with a grin. Smile is never wrong.
That's right. That was a band called Frente that I know you've never heard of before, with a cover of the old song from the Flintstones, Open Up Your Heart and Let the Sun Shine. There you go. Very obscure, I know. A cover from a band you never heard of, from a song you haven't heard since you were 8. You know what the best thing is? I know I was complaining about, covering for the pizza chef who quit, and I didn't want to be stuck with the job forever. My station is the only one that's air-conditioned, because it is part of the dining room, and they don't want the dining room to be hot and uncomfortable, so I'm sitting there swanky air-conditioned, everybody's like sweating up a storm in the back, like sweat dripping into the food. Pardon me, I have to drag in my cigarette because it was going out and it stopped from out. Chicken tikka masala. No, we don't. What kind of stuff do we make? The most popular dish is chicken pancetta. That's the most popular dish at this restaurant I know. Anyway, people are blinking, so let's see what people are saying. Actually, only the Lonesome Loser is blinking, but let's see what he's saying here. Anthony Cooch, a woman answered. Jim and Betty Cooch, an old woman answered. What? You do this every week, or at least one of you does. What? No? The cat just walks over slowly, just staring at my lap. I'm sitting here in my underwear, and I know if he jumps up, he's just going to dig his claws into my leg to try and pull himself up. He's not going to be smart enough to just bounce into my lap without claws. Sweat dripping in the food makes me not want to eat at restaurants anymore. Well, guess what, fall? If you've eaten at a restaurant, especially a fine dining restaurant, they have an oven hood that takes, like, the smoking shit out and a lot of the heat, but otherwise, these people are, especially when it's busy, these people are sweating in your food. I don't, because I'm in better shape, so I don't really sweat much. I just have like a little sheen of sweat maybe on me. And not enough to drip. Like my hair might be wet, but that's about it. And I poured myself a shot during the break. Tonight's program is brought to us by 3 Olive Vodka and a drink that I just came up with. I had a little bit of cranberry juice left in the pitcher, so I threw some Tang in there and added water and mixed it up. So I'm drinking a mix of Tang and cranberry juice. So what do we call that? Tangberry. Or, Krang. Yeah, let's call it Krang. Tonight's show is brought to us by Krang and 3 Olives Vodka. Oh, Saigon, I've never seen anybody take a shit or piss and not wash their hands or scratching their balls. As a matter of fact, most people who work in a restaurant wash their hands before and after they take a shit or a piss, because their hands are dirty and they don't want to get their dick dirty. Yeah, the vodka is not in the Krang. The vodka, or the Krang, is the chaser for the vodka. Where was I? Oh, yes. Clayton, Ellen, and Greg and Catherine are old people in Spearfish, South Dakota. Stephen and Karen, a woman answered. Marlene, Michael, and Aaron, a woman answered. A woman answered, a woman answered, a woman answered, a woman answered, an old woman answered. Only a couple of old people tonight, mostly like regular people. And Tabachi wants me to call the donut lady a Chinese middle-aged woman who typically works in the kitchen. Krang. No, it sounds cute, or maybe we'll call it Tangberry. There you go. Maybe I invented a new drink. Krang is the evil villain on TMNT. Yeah, you're right. Oh, Kenny's going to bed. Good night, Kenny. Kenny from India. Still waiting for a DVD that I told him like a year ago I was never going to send. Like a stubborn booger. Can you hear it? I'll take care of it during a break. Do I sound stuffed up? No, I sound normal, I think. Anyway, let me open up my program that I use to do the prank calls here. Let's open it up. I already put money in it last week, so I don't have to worry about that. The $10 that I put in will likely last another, I don't know, 6 months. While I'm here, let me check my email. Twitter, yeah, like I give shit about Twitter. Facebook, don't care. I'm just highlighting all my spam first. Then we have history's first prank phone call. A 19th century Bart Simpson goofs on Moe's funeral. Somebody sent me this link. Well, I got an antivirus of the Yin Yang, so I'll follow them and see what happened. Oh, it's not audio, it's text. That's no fun. Is there any audio on here? Nah, that could have worked if you had sent me audio of it. So let's trash that. And, let's see your call phone. Who do I want to call first? And what is our premise for tonight? What is our theme for tonight? We have to choose a theme for tonight's prank calls. Do they throw pizza up in the air and spin it around at the restaurant? Well, I don't do that because that's how you get thin spots in dough. And if you have it like a really thin spot, because you throw it up in the air and then you catch it, it looks good and it looks impressive, but you put a thin spot in the dough, and then when it goes onto the rock in the brick oven, it just adheres to the rock and it makes like a hole in the pizza. So you don't want to do that. But what I can do is I slap it around and like spin it around on my fingers like a basketball shit. I'm good. I should take a video of me making a pizza. You'd be impressed. I haven't done it in so long, I'm surprised I still know how to do it so well. And the boss was even impressed. Like, yesterday, the boss came up to me and says, I want to thank you because I know you said that you didn't want to do this, but you would if you had to, just to help out. And I want to thank you for that because a good pizza chef is hard to find. And, you know, most chefs don't even know how to do it. And I'm like, no problem. Just make sure you're still looking for somebody because I don't want this to be permanent. And he's like, yes, we still have the ad up, but only one person came in. And I was there when, like, the one person came in. Like, one person came in to apply to be a pizza maker, and he was, like, 350 pounds. And I was like, oh, this guy is never going to survive in the kitchen. Because when it's slow in the pizza shop, you know, you end up, like, working in the kitchen, helping the chefs do prep. You know, peeling shrimp and deveining and, you know, butchering chicken and fish and stuff like that, so... And I was watching the guy make a pizza, and the boss says, don't help him. And I said, oh, don't worry, I wasn't going to help him. I'm just watching. And he made a halfway decent pizza, except he didn't know the difference between peppers. He didn't know the difference between red roasted peppers and hot cherry peppers. That was the only mistake he made. But I don't think they're going to hire him because he's so fat, and the pizza station is so small that, you know, he can barely turn around. He's so fat. Like, he'd have to walk out of the pizza station, turn around, and then walk back in, sideways. Anyway, in the chat room, give me some ideas. What's our premise for tonight? I'm not going to ask people if they want to enjoy my bottom in the garden. I've done that one already. Nunu usually has a clever idea, but apparently not tonight. So I'm going to stall for another couple minutes. If you guys don't come up with nothing, then I don't know. I guess I'll come up with something on my own. Here's another new, unheard Jerky Boys prank call called Jack's Oral Fixation. Another short one. And I can't vouch that any of these are really good, because, to be honest with you, I don't think any of them are. Maybe one of them, but this isn't it.
Hello?
Hello, it's the Quiz Smoking Program. Hello?
Hi.
I'm calling regarding the Quiz Smoking Program.
Yeah. We have various methods we're using. How many packs do you smoke a day?
Two.
That's not bad, honey.
Oh, I want to quit so bad. It's just that I don't know what it is.
Well, let me tell you something. We have people that smoke 5, perhaps 6, 7 packs a day. So 2 is not bad. You're on the right track. When you get up to about 4 or 5 packs a day, then I would suggest you call me.
Oh, calm down.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
I don't want to accept. You actually are not taking one smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day?
Well, I think 2-pack cigarettes actually it's actually kind of cute. I mean, that's not something, that's very pretentious. It looks nice, like after a nice meal or something. So we find that actually kind of cute. When you're up around 4, 5, maybe 6 packs a day, then you have a problem. Do you see what I'm saying?
I have a problem now.
Well, it's almost like alcoholism. Do you understand?
No.
Hello?
Hello, I understand what you're saying.
Well, it's the first step in getting help is not fearing what I'm saying to you. I am your friend.
Okay.
I'm a smoker. I smoke silly. You've got seen me smoke. Do you understand? I have an oral fixation. Do you understand me?
I understand.
And once you've got that in your brain, it's an oral fixation. It's like you've got to have things in your mouth. So you know what it's about. Let's stop hitting each other. Now, how many packs do you smoke? You said 2?
Yeah.
Did you ever try cigars?
No.
You never tried rubbing a cigar in your legs or something like that?
No.
They say that the stuff that comes off the cigar that goes right through your skin, your bloodstream. These are radical new techniques.
Oh, okay.
Do you understand?
Yes, bye-bye.
It keeps you up from the back of your mind to the tip of your tongue, reaching out, looking for mine. I'll be the cigarette, light me up and get on with it. I'll be hard to forget, good or bad, I'm just a habit. Good or bad, I'm just a habit. Sweet relief, that's what you come and get from me. I give it up every time you want it. You got it, I'm burning down. It's alright, 'cause I'll be your cigarette. Light me up and get on with it. I'll be hard to forget. Good or bad, I'm just a habit. Good or bad, I'm just your habit. Hey, 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 whoa.
And I'm busting into the cigarette song. Did you notice how I did that? Like, we were on the theme of Jack's talking about cigarette smoking, and 2 packs is not enough, and I'm playing a song called Cigarette. I broke into the song here to do shot number 2, because I'm not going to be on for very long, so I got to get my buzz on fast. But I have an empty stomach, so it shouldn't take too long. Okay, here we go. 5-4. Again, our chaser is Tangberry. Try it yourself sometime. Mix Tang with cranberry. It's actually really, really good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, drink. Tang.
Hey, whoa. And you tried to put me down every time you come back around and try to put me away. Tell yourself you're gonna kick it someday. I'll be your cigarette. Light me up and get on with it. I'll be hard to forget. Good or bad, I'm just a habit. 'Cause I'll be your cigarette. Light me up and get on with it. I'll be hard to forget. Good or bad, I'm just a habit. Good or bad, I'm just your habit.
And we're back, and let's see what ideas people came up with. Oh, Jill sent me Motel 6. That's always a good fallback, Motel 6. We can always try Motel 6. I think maybe I'll do that first as a warm-up. Thank you, Jill, for that. And then maybe I'll do Tabachi before I get to Lonesome Losers numbers. I mean, like, figuratively, not literally. And Nunu had ideas. He says, should be something in this video to use as inspiration for calls. A real-life Vicky Pollard, the girl from Little Britain. Maybe you can do that voice as well. I have no idea who Vicky Pollard is, and I've never seen Little Britain. You realize that that show is not really shown outside of Britain, right? You can download it, I guess, if you know a British torrent site, but that's about it. The only idea I had for prank calls tonight was to try to do the voice of Deckard K, and I practiced a little. Let me try for a second. Hello, friend. Come here and stay a while. It sounds a little like Ed, but Deckard does sound like Ed in real life. The primeves are amassing the forces again after Andario destroyed the world stove to prevent its corruption from destroying the world. I don't know, I wish I could find like a Deckard Cain soundboard. Or at least like a list of Deckard Cain quotes to do like a tribute to Diablo. In case you don't know, Deckard Cain is a character from Diablo. If people are looking for my review of Diablo, on my break from work on Tuesday, I went to the store and I bought Diablo 3. Very surprised that I found it in stock, because when Skyrim came out, it wasn't in stock anywhere for days, till the point where I eventually bought it on Steam, which I didn't want to do because I like to have like a box to look at and stuff like that. I'm old-fashioned that way. I like to have like a disc in a box to look at. Disc in a box? I got my disc in a box. But apparently Diablo 3 is not as popular, I guess. I thought it was going to be huge. I thought it was going to break records, because Diablo 2, up until that point in time when it came out, was the biggest selling PC game like ever released. So I expected the same from Diablo 3. But as you can tell, by the mere fact that I'm on the air right now, I'm not really addicted to the game. It's not great. It is more of Diablo. There are certain things that are better about it, and it's nice to see old characters returning, like Deckard Cain, which is not a spoiler because he's right in the opening cinema, so that's not a spoiler. And some of the other characters, good, bad, returning to the game. It's fun to see them, but it is pretty much the same damn thing. There are a couple of different tweaks. Now, if you kill enemies, there's a random chance that they might drop like a red orb that is like a health orb. So pretty much in any battle, you can just like... I'm playing as a witch doctor, which means I can cast a spell that has like ethereal hands come up out of the ground, attack people and slow them down and maybe kill them. So I can just like run around, keep casting that on like crowds of enemies, and then like run through like the red orbs that appear and, you know, never die and never have to use a health potion. So the game is a lot easier than previous Diablo games so far, but I'm not that deep into the game yet. I'm still in Act 1 because, you know, with the kind of hours I've been working, you know, I come home, I have like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours to play, and, you know, when Skyrim came out, I was there like playing like 10 hours a day, like taking a break for food and shit and stuff like that. But it doesn't blow my mind. It's not incredible. It's not amazing. It's Diablo. And I can't see what took him 12 years to come up with it. I don't know what the fuck took so long. But then again, I have to say, I'm only in Act 1, so maybe it gets much, much better. And Nunu is insisting that I watch this video, so let me copy that. Open up in window here. Anytime I open up in window, I opened it on my own website. because I know there's not going to be any viruses or anything weird on there, because my site is so old school, there's no extraneous shit on there. Everything is hand-coded. Girl thrown off train for talking sex.
Oh, you coming to my birthday party? Are you still coming on holiday for this shit? Alright, fuck you then. What? What?
Okay, there's a low-class British woman on a train, apparently, on a cell phone.
It's November, my birthday's in December. What?
How do I know that she's low-class? Because that accent is the equivalent of, like, the redneck American Southern accent. Like, tee-hee-haw accent. That's the British version. You remember?
No, it goes quick if you think about it. If you get yourself late, you're alright, ain't you? It goes quick.
What do they call that? They call that Cockney? We would call, like, Southerners rednecks around here. Cockney, I guess, is the British version of a redneck.
What, from you?
Yeah.
No, we can have some fun, can't we? We can have pleasure. We can have pleasure. I said we can have pleasure. Yeah, I recorded while I'm at it.
I'll lick your balls!
What?
Oh sure, I'll tongue your arsehole!
No, I'm pretty sure you got a knob in ya. You've got a knob in ya. I said you've got a knob in ya. Well then you ain't no girl, are ya?
A bell end!
Stop laughing. You're so big. At least I got better cuddling with your mortars.
Did you say apple bag? I thought that was an American one. For those of you that don't know, a bell end is a dickhead.
Didn't understand that, James, did you, mate? Didn't hear that, did you, James? I said I got a nice cunt though, ain't I?
I've got a nice cunt now, ain't I? That's a good one. I've got a nice cunt now, ain't I?
I said I've got a nice cunt though, haven't I?
I thought they called him twat. Here in America we call him twat, but in England they call it twat. Twat, I think, sounds better. It sounds like more ugly and blunt. Twat sounds like a little more polite. Well, that's typical.
Well, you seem to speak his area, I don't know. You said I'm very cunt. No, if you ain't get me off, look at this one. Try and jump in the train.
Off you go.
They're throwing her off, probably for saying, I've got a nice cunt, ain't I? You can't throw me off, because I've got a nice cunt, haven't I?
Huh? Right.
They're out on her head.
Oi! What's he doing?
He's probably calling the police on you,
No!
you stupid bitch.
You ain't gonna get me off the train, so there's no point trying to. Bring the police! Do you think I'm bothered or two drivers? Bring them police as much as you like, because if a driver comes near me, you're ready to go through the train window.
Now that to me sounds like a foreign language. I didn't understand anything there.
Oh, just go. Oh, for fuck's sake. Hey, it's been a prank.
Okay, that was kind of stupid. Okay, I don't think I'm in that. Hello dear, here's the number from Motel 6. Hello dear, this is Edward and he's selling a chainsaw. Could you ring and inquire about it? Okay, I'll start out with the guy selling... Oh no, that's a UK number. I don't want to start out with UK numbers. But the Motel 6 is in the US, so let's start with Motel 6. Sometimes that goes awful, sometimes that goes surprisingly well. So let's try Motel 6 and see what happened. As they would say in Cock, they can't pronounce H, so everything is a silent H. Every word, what happened?
Thank you for calling Motel 6 downtown San Francisco. If you know the extension of the correct calling, please dial 0 or dial 0 for front desk operator. We are located at 895 Gary Street on the corner of Gary and Larkin. We apologize if you have been put on hold. Your call is very important to us and we will try our best to take you as soon as possible. If, however, you don't have enough time to wait, please call.
It's not working. You know, if you're going to hire somebody to record like your voice message thing, why wouldn't you hire somebody who like speaks perfect proper English? You know number, you dial now! You have problem, you dial 0!
Motel 6 downtown San Francisco.
Please hold. There may be a silence while your call is transferred.
Sounded like it hung up on me.
Hello?
Hello, is this room 10?
110?
Right. Well, first floor, room 10, same thing.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm calling from downstairs here in the hotel. They weren't supposed to allow anyone to stay in this room. There was a lady who passed away there 2 days ago, and they were supposed to keep it on lockdown until an investigation could be done. Hello?
Hello?
You checked in earlier this afternoon?
Yes.
I'm sorry, they weren't supposed to put you there. This room has been quarantined because an elderly woman died there 2 days ago from a flesh-eating virus. So the room was scheduled for fumigation.
I'm guessing Vinny.
What?
I'm guessing Vinny.
No, I'm calling from downstairs here in the hotel. I work here. I'm the night manager, and I was surprised when they told me that they had booked somebody in this room because they were specifically told they can't put anyone in here.
Well, come on up and knock on the door.
No, it's very important that you leave. This woman died of flesh-eating virus.
Come on up and knock on the door.
The room may be infected.
Really?
Right. Did you ever see the movie Cabin Fever? It's sort of like that. It enters in through a cut or through drinking the infected water. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
I'm going to have to who do I call? I'm going to have to call the CDC or something.
Please do.
You're possibly going to have to be quarantined.
Come on up.
Well, just stay right where you are. Don't leave the room. I'm going to have to call the CDC, and they're going to have to decide what they want to do about it. I was hoping we wouldn't have to do this because it'll be bad press for the hotel.
Sounds good.
Okay, well, someone will be knocking on your door shortly, room 110. But whatever you do, don't leave the room, and if you can do me a favor, close the windows.
The windows are wide open.
Well, that's not good. I'll be back with you. I got to call the CDC. We've got to write this.
You got it.
Right. Now I want to call somebody else in the same hotel and have them go knock on the door. See if I can get them to knock on the door. He was a dick. He wasn't buying it at all. Maybe it was the voice. Well, Ed would have been even less believable. Maybe my regular voice. I'm always hesitant to use my real voice.
Thank you for calling Motel 6 downtown San Francisco. If you know the extension of the client calling, please dial direct or dial 0 for front desk operator. We are located at 895 Gary Street on the corner of Gary and Larkin. We apologize if you have been put on.
Again, why is it not working? Maybe it doesn't work if I dial the number for a room where no one is staying. I'm trying like 107, 106, 108, 9, 11, 12, and nothing is working.
Thank you for calling Motel 6 downtown San Francisco. If you know the extension of the client calling, please dial direct or dial 0 for front desk operator.
Oh, fuck it. I give up on that. Sorry, Joe. We need to have somebody listen who works for Motel 6 so they can tell me like how to defeat their machines. We close that out. Very unimpressed by the video being thrown off the train. I was not impressed by let's see what else. We have the Donut Lady, a Chinese middle... this is exactly what it says. The Donut Lady, a Chinese middlewoman who typically works in the kitchen. Let's call up the Chinese middlewoman. That could be my premise. Just call her the middlewoman. Not middle-aged, just... Don't cross the street in the middle of the road. Use your eyes to look up. Please use your ears to hear. Walk up to the corner when the coast is clear and wait until you see the light turn green. Don't cross the street in the middle of the block. Crap. Sounds like the Donut Lady doesn't want to answer.
Don't cross the street in the middle of the block. Don't cross the street in the middle of the block. Use your eyes to look up, use your ears to hear. Walk up to the corner when the coast is clear. And wait until you see the light turn green. Don't cross the street in the middle of the block. Don't cross the street in the middle of the block. Don't cross the street in the middle of the block. Use your eyes to look up, use your ears to hear. Walk up to the corner when the coast is clear. And wait until you see the light turn green. Don't cross the street in the middle of the block. Don't cross the street in the middle of the block.
Hello?
You calling about ad aircraft?
Yeah.
For Retrocast?
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about it?
What do you want to know?
For when the cast place?
Whenever. What's the time for you?
I'm pretty free during the day.
How about during the night?
During the night?
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, 10.
How's your ass feel about that?
What's that?
You heard me. What's up? You said you're free during the night, right?
Yeah.
So we get together, you and me. What do you say?
When?
Whatever good for you. You say you're open during the night.
Uh-huh.
So what do you say we get together? What do you say, lamb chop?
Why don't you go fuck yourself, huh?
Hey, fuck you. What are you, crazy?
That was another one of these unreleased. Well, I guess it is released because they're for sale on the Dirty's website, but probably rightly so. I'm calling inquiring about a chainsaw.
Hello?
Hello, I was calling about the chainsaw that you have up for sale.
He's got some people coming today to see it.
Oh, I'm too late. Well, tell you what, whatever they offer, I'll offer £10 more. I'm in very desperate need of a chainsaw.
You are? Just what? Oh.
I'd like a used one, because that way I know it's reliable and runs well.
It's brand new, love. Yes, I think they've had it running now. It had never run, you see.
Oh, you've never cut things down with it yet?
He'd never used it yet. No, he was brand new. He'd never used it. He bought it to use, and then he's selling the house.
Oh, wonderful. Perfect.
What are you going to do? Give me your number.
Well, I'd like to come around and see if I can cut things. Do you have anything nearby I can cut down with it? Maybe there's a tree you don't like in your yard. I'll cut it down just to make sure.
I don't know, love. Have you seen it on the internet?
Well, that's just a picture. I've never seen it or felt it in action. Maybe you'll have an old table or saw a leg off just to make sure it works.
No, love, it's not mine. Can you just leave your number on the internet? My husband's got in touch with everybody.
Maybe you've got a wobbly desk. I'll cut one of the legs and make it even again just to make sure it works. And we kill two birds with one stone.
Anyway, if you just leave your name on the internet.
Is it gasoline powered?
Yes.
Gas and oil or just gas?
It's petrol, unleaded and oil.
Stroke 3.
I'm not sure about that, love.
So when will be a good time for me to come around?
You can't come around because there's somebody coming and they might have it. But we've got about 20 people.
Well, maybe we have an auction then. Sell to the highest bidder.
I don't know, love. I don't know. If you'll leave your message on the internet.
Okay, I'm going to leave a message.
Yes.
Whatever your best offer is, I'll best it by £10 because I like you.
Okay, look. Hi. Thank you.
You have a good year.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.
What the hell does that mean? You have a good deer. I was thinking, have a good night, dear. I said, have a good deer, but I'll pretend that's what I meant to say. Have a good deer! It'll be like a new catchphrase from KDK. Have a good deer! Hello, sweetie. I just turned around and there's a cat staring at me. Hello! Oh, he's doing that thing where he opens his mouth and he's got cotton mouth, like no sound is coming out. Look what I've got here. I'm going to pick up a bag of snackies. And he's going to recognize the sound and he's going to get all excited and start meowing. And the other one's going to know it too. He's not even in this room, but he's going to come run in from the bedroom once he hears this sound. Listen. Or maybe not. Well, I can't just take the bag out and not give treats. See, you did come. It took you a while. You want snacks? Here's some for you. Here's some for you. And I won't bother giving some to Gussie because Gussie for some reason doesn't eat snacks. And apparently Sebastian doesn't like these snacks either. These are like the soft kind, like the soft smushy kind, and I think Sebastian likes the crunchy kind. Phoneless Joe saying Ed is a hoarder of chainsaws and not to sell it to him. That's a good idea! That's a really good idea. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna call his Jill and say, my husband has already 40 chainsaws and you better not. But now I'm going to have to do Jill with her British accent. Have I done that before? I'm gonna try. British Jill coming up for the first time. World premiere. I already woke her up. Now she doesn't want to pick up again. Recorded her phone so I come from the same number, but that makes sense.
Hello?
Hello, how are you doing, dear? My name is Jill Rosenthal. I understand my husband just called inquiring about a chainsaw. And I wanted to ask you not to sell it to him, dear, because he has a horrible problem with the whole thing. Hello? I'm sorry to call so late, but I heard my husband on the line. And I wanted to make sure that I got a hold of you before he got back a hold of you, you understand?
Okay, I think she was creeped out. She was just creeped out by the Joe voice. Hang on. I just coughed up a lunger. And with that, let me take another shot. Oh, I gave you snacks, now go away. And I shouldn't have given you snacks so close to dinner time anyway. You're probably just going to turn around and go vomit out on the kitchen floor. Fuck it. Let's get this out of the way. The one decent call from the Jerky Boys World Mirror that I have tonight is called Terminal Groove with Saul Rosenberg. And this one is actually pretty good.
Hello.
Hi, this is the Retro Guy.
Yes, what do you do?
Modelling.
Yes, I model as well.
So, do you give them information?
Yes, we're retro casting.
Yeah.
70s-ish, John Travolta kind of disco-y kind of feel to it, you know?
Yeah.
It's got that terminal groove.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if you're in the tube, you're in the know.
You're in the where?
Oh, forget it. It's over your head. It's that TV lingo.
Okay, yeah.
That movie star lingo.
Right, okay.
You're in the tube, you're in the groove.
Right, I got it.
Yo, let's give something to the singer. You ever heard that?
I haven't, no.
Give something to the singer. That, as in lead vocalist.
Okay.
I used to be a lead vocalist.
To be a lead vocal?
Yes, I used to sing in a band.
Okay.
Now, what is it you want to do?
Well, what is it, cast for a film or something, or?
That's a wonderful accent you have, sir.
Thank you.
Do you like love scenes, sir?
Excuse me?
A love scene in a movie?
I like love these movies.
Yes, I filmed a love scene in Ireland one time.
Oh, did you?
Yes, they hung me from a little satchel over the cliff.
Right.
And I was swinging with some girl.
Yeah.
And we were fucking in a sack.
Yeah.
Off the cliff, and they filmed that.
Alright, pretty mad.
I was a film star.
Right.
I was a swinger, you could say. And we were also hit by lightning as well.
Right.
In the sack.
God.
Yes. Were you ever struck by lightning, sir?
Never been struck by lightning.
Well, you could say that you were after this. Have you danced?
Oh, yes, I'm a pretty good dancer.
I dance.
You dance well?
Yes.
What sort of dance do you?
I do disco. I like disco. And I'm very light on my feet.
Do you disco?
I put Fred Astaire to shame.
Really?
Yes.
How old are you then?
I studied under Fred Astaire.
Sorry?
I studied under Fred Astaire.
Studied under there?
Yes.
Did you?
You could say I got a good look at his balls.
Good look at you.
His nuts.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, God.
See, this is my kind of style. This shit like this. You see me? You see me dance? Look at me go. Sir, I'm dancing. Right now, I'm dancing to you. Hello? You saw me? Did you see me just now?
Yeah.
I was wonderful, wasn't I? Hey, I gotta do something to get money.
Yeah,
I like America too, sir.
You like that, yeah? You like
Yes, America's okay. It's fine.
Right, yeah, it's not bad, is it?
It's fine with me.
Right, but I mean, are you actually auditioning people for a movie, or?
Well, I'm dancing. I'm a dancer. I said that.
Yeah, okay.
And you could always watch me dance.
Well, what?
See? Oh, boy. I'm going up and down and all over the place. You know, my nuts are fucking killing me. Hold on a minute. Cut it off. I'm sorry. Hello?
Right, so what do you take audition for then? You actually doing an audition?
Yes, I just did one right now in front of my mirror for myself. I auditioned myself there.
So I'm phoning you on behalf of the advert that I read paper?
Yes, I'm casting a 70s retro John Travolta, like as if I was just doing pirouette trying to show you film.
Right, okay.
You see where I'm coming from?
You're looking for people to be able to do this?
And shake their booties and whatnot.
Right, you're looking for people that can do this, are you?
Absolutely.
Okay, well,
How can I get in touch with you?
we need to audition or?
You can audition for me privately, if that sounds nice. How can I get in touch with you?
Well, at the moment, we're not on our phone, so we haven't got a number. But what we'll do is, I'll call you back this afternoon.
Could you give me an address I could write to you or something?
Excuse me?
An address or something to get in touch with you.
An address at the moment, we're between moving.
Okay, well then call me back then.
Okay, sounds great.
Bye, thank you.
We're calling Tony Cooch.
Hello?
Hello, hold there.
Who's this?
My name is Jack Arcade.
I know, you don't...
Listen. Let me redial. Hello, friend. Stay a while. Let me see, where would I go to find, like, Deckard Cain quotes? I guess Google would be the first place to look. Let me look up some Deckard Cain quotes, things that I can say to Deckard Cain. Oh, Deckard Cain soundboard, look at this. Maybe there is a Deckard Cain soundboard. Deckard Cain soundboard. It's not loading. Oh, there it goes.
Hello.
Hello.
Greetings. Good day. Good morning. Good evening. Stay a while and listen. I need your help. Help! Help! Have I told you about the Horadrim? They were an ancient confederation of mage clans who sought to bind the three prime evils for eternity. The Horadrim are now nearly forgotten, and it appears that the bonds they wove are unraveling.
Okay, now I know what I'm doing. I'm not familiar with the soundboard, but I'll see what I can come up with. Deckard Cain soundboard, yay! Next person on the list is Jim and Betty Cooch, and I'm going to try the Deckard Cain soundboard. Let's see if it works. I don't even know if they could hear the sounds like the way I have it patched through, or if they're too loud or what, but I'm going to try.
Hello? Hello.
Hello.
Greetings.
Who?
Good day. I need your help. Have I told you about the Horadrim? Hello.
I don't know if he could even hear me. Let me try it a couple more times just to see. It's a little loud here. Well, I can't adjust the sound of a soundboard. I don't think I've ever seen a soundboard where you can adjust the sound level. I don't know if my outbound sounds are even going through. Maybe I'll just call somebody and ask if they hear this sound. Okay, I'll tell you what, where's my cell phone? I'm gonna phone a friend. I'm calling in a lifeline. I'm gonna ask if they can hear the sound. If I can get hold of somebody. Who do I want to call myself? The only person who would entertain my antics at this time of night would be Drunk Bill, who's probably already drunk by now. Actually, no, he's probably still at work. He works at a bar and they close at like 2. Oh shit, that's not gonna... I was calling him through the phone. That ain't gonna work. I gotta call him through the computer. And he's not gonna answer an unfamiliar number, I know. Okay, I just came here to highlight a number, so I'll type it in. Calling Drunk Bill. Yeah, his phone's probably in the
Leave a
car.
message when you hear the tone, and I will get back to you shortly.
Okay. He's not going to know that me. Who can I call and just ask them if they can hear a sound? I guess the next person on the list, an old guy. I'm just going to call and ask them if they can hear the sound.
Hello?
Hello, how are you doing, dear?
Who's this?
Listen, my name is Ed Rosenthal, and I needed to ask you a favor.
Who are you?
I'm a friend of yours, and I just needed a quick favor.
I've never heard of you.
I have my friend Deckard on the line with me, and I wanted to know if you could hear him. He's going to say hello.
Hello.
Did you hear him?
Where are you from?
I'm from right here. I also live in Spearfish.
What is your name?
Ed Rosenthal, and my friend's name is Deckard Kane. Can you hear him?
Greetings.
Did you hear him? Hello? You sound confused, but it's a simple question. Just tell me if you can hear my friend Deckard. Deckard, go ahead and say something.
Good evening.
Can you hear him?
What's your address?
You know, I just want to know if you can hear my friend Deckard.
What's your address?
Let me pull out a piece of mail here, because I'm old and my memory is shot. I live at 211 Union Street. That's what it says here on the mail. So, apparently you're one of my neighbors.
I need your help.
That's what he keeps saying. Deckard keeps saying that he needs my help. And he's trying to get a hold of you. But every time he calls, he doesn't think you can hear him because you don't seem to respond. Hello?
Have you spoken to Jaren yet?
He says, have you spoken to Jaren yet? Hello? Hello?
Yes, yeah.
Is this Clayton?
Yes.
So why are you giving me a hard time? Can you hear my friend Deckard or not?
No, I cannot.
You can't hear anything? Say hello, Deckard.
Hello.
He just said hello. You didn't hear that?
No, I do not.
Okay, well, thank you for helping me solve this quandary. I'm sorry to bother you. We'll have to figure out some other different way to call you. Deckard, maybe you can just call him yourself.
Excellent.
He says excellent. He's going to call you himself.
This is a great victory indeed.
Okay, apparently I'm not set up to make prank calls. They're not hearing my outbound sounds. See, that prank call served a purpose. Now I know that they can't hear my outbound sound, so I can't do soundboard prank calls. That sucks. It would make the show so much easier if I could do soundboard calls, because soundboard calls, I hate to say it, are so much easier than real prank calls. And Jill has a 24-hour diner in Long Island, a pharmacy in New York. You can ask if they sell herbal tea. Well, they're a pharmacy. Of course they sell herbal. What happens next? A party organizer in Derby, in UK. We're not ready to go to the UK yet. I did a couple UK calls, even though I wasn't supposed to. Uh-oh. Oh, there's Drunk Bill calling to ask, like, why I was calling. Hello? I tried to call you earlier because I had a question to ask. I tried to call you through the computer.
Yeah.
So some weird number probably showed up on your phone. Because I wanted to hear if you could, I wanted to know if you could hear the outbound sounds I was playing. Because I'm trying to prank call people, and I didn't know whether they could hear the sounds I was playing or not.
You want to call me back?
No, I actually called somebody else, and he told me. I called a stranger, and he told me he couldn't hear my sound, so...
Just a stranger or someone, a fan?
No, it was like a prank call, but I was like asking, like, can you hear this sound? And I was playing the sounds, and he eventually said, no, I can't hear it. And I'm like, okay, problem solved. Now I know if I'm playing sound effects in the background, you can't hear them.
I'm sure you'll figure it out. How's everything still working?
Unfortunately.
But now you're the guy I think like that, right?
Could be worse. I could be sitting at home, wasting my life playing video games, not making any money.
Yeah, totally. Well, sometimes I hate to go to work, but on other times it's nice to get out of the house, no?
Yeah, exactly. Especially when you've been in the house for 5 years.
Yeah, really. On the other hand, I'm jealous. I wish I could play Grand Theft Auto all day.
Trust me, it gets old after a while.
Everything in moderation.
Right.
So I got my 401k thing all set last weekend. This guy's landlord's the other guy who's going to let her your building, condo, can do whatever you call the thing, and just shoot it over to that way. So I'm hoping I'll hear by the end of next week.
You know, thinking back, I remember I had a hard time buying this place here because they didn't want to give me a mortgage because, like, 70% of the people that own places here don't live here. So their attitude was, what?
Yeah, I don't know if that's the reason, but it's not an FHA-approved loan that shouldn't make... But I'm putting so much money down, it don't matter.
There is still a guy living there because I hear him come home around, like, 2 o'clock every night, so he must, like, get home from work around that time. I hear, like, the door open and close.
Yeah, well, they're probably renting it for what they can.
Or he's squatting there until they, like, legally have him evicted. Maybe that's why you can't buy it, because they're into, like, eviction proceedings that could take up to, like, 6 months.
Yeah, I
could kill him for you.
At this point, I'm ready, because I only have 5 more left on that white car, and I want to use that fucking white car to everything. There's free, waste of a motor,
We just rent a U-Haul. U-Hauls are like $30 a day now.
Oh, U-Hauls end up being crazy. Everyone always picks up a U-Haul. I already have my...
No, I've done that before. They give you like 50 free miles. You're not going to go over 50 miles.
I have a pickup guy. I have a pickup guy already, all lined up. But for the real thing, it'd be nice to run back forth in the white car and not shit about mile, you know?
A listener wants me to ask you, would you like to enjoy my fanny in the garden?
Are you on the radio?
Yeah.
I gotta go then. I'll talk to you later.
Why? And he hung right up. What's the big deal? It's a podcast. Nobody's fucking listening. Until later when I post it on the website, and what are the odds of that? Working so much and have so little time to be able to even edit programs anymore. When is that ever going to happen? In the meantime, I gotta grab my wire and plug my phone in, because you heard the beep 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 telling me that my battery is almost dead. You reach down here and plug in. We switch this light around so I can see where the hell I'm plugging. What? Stay a while and listen. Oh, wrong plug. I hate it when I do that. Run away. Yeah, really, run away. Ooh, we're on the internet. 10 people are listening. Still amazes me. I've been doing the show same time every Saturday for the past 10 years, and he still doesn't realize when he calls me between the hours of like 10 and 1 or 2, I'm most likely involved doing the program. He was calling back because I had accidentally dialed my phone. No, I was only supposed to open up my phone just to get the number and type it in the computer. Oh, well. Cafe Mansion in San Francisco, California. Been harassing them lately. Well, I don't want numbers for people who you already put on edge by harassing. I want new victims, not seasoned victims. Okay, so we can't do Deckard Cain. I'm just going to call the next number, and what the fuck, I'm just going to ask them if they want to enjoy my fanny in the garden. Apparently you guys like that concept, and that voice.
Elzix is quite a scoundrel.
Hello?
Hello, how are you doing, love?
Fine. Who's calling?
This is Max Velocity. I was hoping to speak with Stephen, if he's there.
Just a moment.
Hello?
Hello, Stephen. How are you doing, love?
Just fine.
This is me, Max Velocity. Just wondering, I was expecting your call earlier, and you never did call. So I was wondering if you were no longer interested in enjoying my fanny in the garden, as you said would.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
This is Stephen Spartan.
Yeah, but...
From Boner Springs.
Yes, it is.
Well, Boner Spring over here and enjoy my fanny in the garden.
I have any idea what you're talking about. But why don't you just not call me anymore, okay?
It's Saturday. It's
no,
a
that's
lovely
enough.
night.
No.
It's very warm outside. There's no mist, no rain. He was from Boner Springs. I thought he was going to call me out calling Boner Springs. Joe, is this the first time you really realize that we have like a 2-minute delay here? Not because we're afraid I'm going to say something untoward, but just because that's how long it takes my computer to broadcast to the broadcasting computer and then redistribute it to you. It's actually not 2 minutes if you have decent connection. It's more like, it's usually around like 30, 40 seconds, usually. If you have a decent connection. If you got a shitty connection, it could be as bad as minutes. Well. So that didn't work. Next person on the list is, Marlene, Michael, and Aaron Killa.
Hello?
Hello, how are you doing? Yeah. Wonderful. Is that Marlene then?
Hello?
Marlene.
Yes?
I'm so excited to speak to you.
Yes?
You're very famous overseas. I'm not sure if you realize. And I'm from over the seas.
Hello?
Hello?
Who is this?
You remember that internet video that I guess it was your son or your grandson posted on the line?
Okay.
He ran in on you while you were on the toilet, and you started cursing him out, and he had a camera, and he recorded it, and he put it on the line. And I don't know if you know, but you are quite a celebrity over here in England.
I don't think so. That was
Marlene
me.
Killer. If you look it up on the YouTube, type in Marlene Killer on the toilet and you'll see what I mean. Cursing and screaming and you fell off the bowl and he was nice enough to add a blurry part where your lady parts were.
I think you have the wrong number.
Well, maybe you don't remember because it did seem as though you were drinking and there were some bottles piled on the back of the toilet tank.
I don't think
In the
you
video,
have
I
the
mean.
right. I don't think you have the right household.
See, you don't remember. I think the person who posted the video was Aaron. Is that a husband or son or grandson or roommate or what is he to you?
I think you have the wrong number.
No, this is Marlene Killer. You're living in St. Paul, Minnesota. I've got the right one, I know. I recognize your voice from the internet video. No, she's gonna go yell at somebody for, like, posting videos of her, like, drunk on the toilet. Unless she's one of those boring people who just doesn't drink. Boring. Speaking of which, time for me to take another shot here. The last call that was in that pack, available from thejerkyboys.com, was a call called Nibbler's the Mouse, which was already up for sale a couple of years ago. The version that's now up is 4 minutes and 38 seconds, and the old one is 6 minutes long. So they apparently cut some shit out, tightened it up, tried to make it funnier, or Disney threatened to sue them and then had to remove all references to Disney. I'm not sure what the situation is. But here is the re-edit of the prank, and I'll see if I can remember what's missing.
Yes, I have a little complaint there about that Mickey Mouse character. Yeah, I took my kid to that damn big amusement park there, that Disney park, and that silly little road, that mouse there was making eyes at my kids. He was trying to, grab my kids and all kinds of silly shit. Turn my back for seconds. Next thing I know, he's in the fountain, my kids with little coconut oil, rubbing it all over my kids and whatnot. I can't have. You're gonna tell me what you're gonna do about that mouse. Hello? I mean, is there something we can do about this? I'm gonna have to choke Mouse or sue him or something. Hey, my name. I got kids that are hurt because it's now mentally.
And we're talking about the Mickey Mouse character.
That silly ass running around in the Mickey Mouse suit there. I don't know about the character himself, but the guy inside suit must be a fruitcake or a nut job. He's running around.
Okay, here's a good idea from Nunu. The Olympic flame arrived in England today, and they're going around the country with it, so maybe call people asking to borrow matches, because the flame went out, and you need to relight it. Tell them not to tell anyone, because you're really supposed to go all the way to Greece to get it again.
They're trying to grab the little kid, making all kinds of silly faces. Staring at the kids running around with a little flapjack in his hand, trying to hit kid with it. I don't know. There's something silly going on with that guy. He's got this little. He called it sensual oil. He got kids in the fountain. It's ridiculous. I'm gonna straighten this guy out. I'm gonna pull him out of that soup, choke him, and I'm gonna make him fall on that freaking Mickey Mouse head.
You have to fix the bond problem.
I just did.
No, where in the park happened?
Right by the fountain.
Fountain.
Oh, geez, I don't know. The one right next to that big thing looks like a golf ball. And now the kids are traumatic. They're always waking up screaming Mickey and Minnie and all these other freaking things out. They got the whole freaking neighborhood going out here. That they're traumatized. The mouse scaring them, and he's trying to sniffle and then sniff them, and he was nibbling on them and all this other nonsense.
Mickey Mouse visited at the children.
He was chasing them around with some kind of little spatula or something. He was trying to smack him, and he was. There was another guy there told me you got to watch out for that mouse. It's a real nibbler, and I don't know what he meant by that. And then everyone in the park calling him Nibble, and I can't have this. I mean, my kids are freaking out. Shit.
Mickey Mouse children spatula, and who were calling Nibble?
I don't know. People in the park were telling me you got to watch out for that guy. They call him Nibble. He's a little whack. Next thing you know, he's off to the side of the park there behind a tree with some other freaking goofy, and they're all playing behind the tree with the coconut oil. It's like really out of hand.
Hybrid goof with coconut oil.
Well, I mean, the rest is history. I don't know what the hell to tell you, but I mean, I think they straightened this thing out.
Now, whose coconut oil has it from a guest? And you observe all person here in the second half.
I have no idea, honey. All I know is I seen him knock over a carriage, and all the stuff fell out of the carriage, running around with a...
This chick reminds me of, like, when I was, like, 18 years old, I used to work for Domino's Pizza, and every time people would call up and they would try to get free pizza or make prank calls by complaining, there's a bug in my pizza, and I would say, okay, take a look at the bug. How many legs does it have? Does it have antennae? Does it have a carrot? Does it have wings? What's his name? Because we lost one. His name was Oscar. We've been looking for him, like, up and down, and people would laugh like crazy on the phone. And I'm like, see, I won. I made you laugh. I win.
Coconut oil, and he's trying to squirt it all over his little friend Goofy, and he's running through the friggin' fountain pants off. Then the other guy's trying to squirt him with the coconut oil all over the ass stuff, and this guy, my kid did this shit. This is really, freaking him out.
Who was running downtown? What, personally?
Yeah, of course I did. Everybody was traumatized by it. The whole crowd there. That's why everybody was screaming, Nibblers, Nibblers, go. Everyone was getting crazy. Nibblers. They were calling them Nibblers. And then next thing you know, like I said, they had Snow White running around crying and screaming, the two dolls trying to beat her up.
So Snow White running around crying.
Right, and all the, the little idiots, they got in those little dwarf costumes.
And why were we running around crying?
Because these guys were going crazy. They must have had, who knows, at lunch could have had a couple of drinks. They could have got off the wall, for Christ's sake. Who knows what's going on?
We were running around.
Right, they were running around. They must have been drunk. They had, like, little funny things in their hand, the coconut oil. One of the other goofy guys running around with no pants on in the fountain. There's Snow White crying, and all those little dwarfs are running around with her hair rocked. It must have been a party, something. I don't know what's going on.
You need to let know what day installed is the part. Very important to have.
All right, let me talk to the kids. I'll get the dates and whatnot, and I want to straighten out with kids first. I want to know exactly what day it was. I'll get tickets and I'll call you back.
Okay.
Good morning.
Well, $1 I make is a buck.
Excellent.
And a 40-hour week leaves 10 to blow.
Yes.
But every game in this town is just a nickel and dime. And when the sun goes down, it feels like the last time. So down the main drag we ride with the engines open. If there's a fire inside, that's the one thing going. I got the Mustang loaded. I got a wrong to right. I got a little red bullet. Let's kill Saturday night.
What a fortunate turn of events.
Nail that coffin tight. High living, that's history. Let's kill Saturday night.
This is a great victory indeed.
Well, a little man's life, that's a prince's life. A prince with a lousy job, a prince with a working wife. Something in the big frame moved. It never was so hard to keep a 20-inch tube and a fenced-in yard. But give me one night with the moon high and the radio pounding, and brother, this town's gonna go down, kicking and shouting. I've got the Mustang loaded. I've got a wrong to right. I've got a little red bullet. Let's kill Saturday night. Knock it out of its misery. Nail that coffin tight. High living, that's history. Let's kill Saturday night. I got the Mustang loaded. I got a wrong to right. I got a little red bullet. Let's kill Saturday night. Knock it out of its misery. Nail that coffin tight. High living, that's history. Let's kill Saturday night.
Hi, this is Rudy. Sorry that I could get your call. It'll name, number, and message. I'll recall as I can.
That is not a valid option in this menu. Sorry, the message is not recorded. Go ahead. Press the pound key when you have finished. That is not a valid option in this menu.
Oh, fuck you. I hate modern technology working against me. I miss the old school days when everyone was too stupid to figure out how to change their factory-oriented security code and hack any machine. Oh, the good old days. I'm probably a major reason why they fixed that shit, because not only did I do it all the time, but I told other people how to do it, and probably like tons and tons of people listening to me and doing that shit, telling their friends and doing it, and so on, and so on, and so on, till I became a menace enough. I like being menaced. I yelled at the cat right now, it's crying in the bedroom.
Hello?
Hello, how are you doing, dear? Is
yeah.
Joanne there? Right.
Hello?
Hello, Joanne, how are you doing, love?
Who is this?
Listen, I just yelled at the cat, and now he's hiding in the bedroom and meowing from there mournfully, like he's sad that I'm angry with him. What should I do?
Who is...
This is Ed. Ed from right here in Vancouver. How are you doing, dear? I'm sorry to call so late. Well, actually, it's early there where you are, isn't it? What a... I'm gonna call her back and to do the old, I believe he got disconnected. Hello, I'm sorry we got disconnected before. It must be my cell phone. Ooh, and you already hung up. What assholes. Okay, they don't want to play. See, they know how to handle a prank caller. Just fucking hang up. They know how to handle people like me. The same way I handle people like me. Don't give them any energy. Don't give them anything that they can use. You just hang the fuck up. That's what I do when I get prank calls. You want to call me up, you want me to do an appearance, you want me to make prank calls with you, fine. You want to call me and prank me, you ain't getting shit worthwhile out of me. Because I'm way too old and smart. Okay, now, come here so I can punch you in the face. And he's actually coming. No, not you, I don't want to punch you. Actually, I'm not going to punch either one of you. I'm going to use air freshener to scare you away, because cats hate the hissing sound of air freshener. And they scatter. It's like using a vacuum on a dog. If a dog is bugging you, just start the vacuum and they run for the hills. A cat's bothering you, just use a can of air freshener. Anything that sprays. The best thing I noticed is those cans of compressed air that have like the little nozzle on the end, like you use it with like WD-40, because that gives them like a compressed like punch in the face. Compressed air punch in the face. And that scares them away for hours. And now it smells pretty in here. Okay, next person on my list is Murray Rosenthal. Let's call it Murray, obviously a Jew, with a name like Murray and Rosenthal.
Hello.
Hello, is that Murray then?
Who is this?
Murray, this is Jill Rosenthal. I'm your great-great-aunt. I know we've never spoken before, but I'm not long for this world, so I wanted to introduce myself.
Who are you?
My name is Jill Rosenthal. I'm your great-great-aunt. And we've never met before, and perhaps the family never told you about me because I was the black sheep.
Okay, I don't know about you.
Well, that's why I'm calling to introduce myself, dear. As I said, and as you can hear, I suffer from throat cancer, and I'm not long for this world.
Okay, I mean, how did you manage to find
Well, I've always known where you were, but you just never knew where I was. I'm living in Connecticut. I have been for the past 40 years.
And never contacted us? How come?
Well, like I said, I was sort of the black sheep of the family. I was ostracized by everybody because back in the 50s I did a burlesque show and, you know, I did a sideshow act where I was a sword swallower / flame eater for Barnum and Bailey. You know, the family was upset that I didn't go into law or medicine. I just wanted to be a road person. I was a free spirit, and for us Jews, you know, your life is planned before you by the time you're age 10. So if you don't abide by your parents' wishes, that's it, you're out. And that's sort of what happened to me, especially back in those days. It was a lot worse than it is now.
I've never heard about you. I have no idea who you are, though.
Well, that's no matter, Murray. Now is the time for us to make up for lost time, because I haven't got much time left.
Okay.
Throughout the course of my life, I've amassed quite a fortune on the burlesque circuit and showbiz and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not saying that I'm looking to buy any favor, but I'm going to die before I ever am able to spend any of this money.
Uh-huh.
So I would like to feel everyone out and see who I'd like to leave it to, because I have a cat I call Nibblers, and I'm inclined to leave to him just as a big F.U. to the whole family.
That's incredible.
Listen, would you take care of my Nibblers?
The cat?
Yes, he's a wonderful, beautiful Blue Point Siamese cat. He's 20 years old, and I think I'm inclined to leave him my entire fortune.
That's wonderful.
But he's 20 years old, so he's not going to be around much longer after me. So once he's dead, you can have his money if you want, if you're a good person. Tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm just flabbergasted because I really don't know anything about you at all.
I understand. There's a reason why you don't know about me, because they kept me a dirty secret, as though I'm some kind of awful person. But I'm not the awful person. They are.
Uh-huh. That's incredible. What is the relationship? How are you related?
I'm your great-great-aunt, so that means I'm your grandmother's sister.
My grandmother's sister.
One of them, yes. And I bet they never even told you that I even existed. They were so ashamed of me.
Uh-huh. How old are you?
I'm 87 years young.
Okay.
And I was sort of thrown out of the family because in my lean years when I needed money to get by, I did a burlesque act. I was known on the circuit as Boobs McDougal, and I would do belly dancing and sword swallowing and fire eating at circuses and carnivals until I hooked up with Barnum and Bailey, and that's where I earned all the money. But
What do you know about my grandmother? You know, what do you know about her?
Well, It was sort of a mutual arrangement, like she stopped talking to me and I stopped talking to her, and it was sort of a tit-for-tat thing kind of thing, you know.
You didn't know any of the siblings?
Well, of course I knew them because we grew up together, but once I went into the burlesque, oh, that was the end of it. They thought they didn't understand burlesque. They thought it was sort of like being a stripper or a whore. They didn't understand belly dancing and sword swallowing and the whole breathing fire and everything. That's probably why I have the throat cancer, from all the fire breathing when I was younger.
Were you a smoker?
No, I never smoked, but you know, when you're in the circus, you do 3 shows a day, and you swallow the fire, and you put it out, and you breathe fireballs, and it, you know, after so many years, it's bound to take its toll, as you can hear in my voice.
Uh-huh.
So, Murray, tell me about, I've told you about myself, tell me about yourself. How many, you're married? I know, I've heard that you were married. And how many children do you have?
I have 3 children, boys.
Oh, 3 boys, wonderful. So that means your sperm is strong. They say that weak sperm makes girls, but strong sperm makes boys. So what else can you tell me about? What do you do for a living?
I've been retired 20 years.
Holy Christ. So
I don't understand. I mean, I'm 74 years old.
Right.
That how, you know what I mean? The grandmother would have been over 100 and something years old. So it's impossible, you know what I mean?
Well, absolutely. Well, back then you got to remember, you know, it wasn't uncommon for people to, you know, get married, get pregnant, and have babies by the time they were 16 years old. You know, in the old days, that was not uncommon. You know, 13-year-old girls were having babies back then.
What was your mother's name?
We make a big deal about it now.
Yeah, what was your mother's name?
Louise.
Louise.
Right. You know, we make a big deal about it now on wed mothers at the age of 17, but that's nothing. You know, back in my day, 13, 12 years old girls were pregnant. That's the way things were done back in the old days, because life expectancy back then was about, you know, 50, 60 years old. But now, due to the miracle of modern medicine, we can live to be 187 years old. Well, not 187, but I mean like 100 or 87, you know what I mean. So, Murray, would you be willing to take care of my Nibblers till he dies, and then you can inherit his fortune?
Well, where do you live?
I live in Connecticut, but Nibblers can come live with you. You don't have to come here.
Okay, how would he get here?
Well, there's plenty of money in the will. You can have him shipped down there. You can drive up and pick him up however you want to do it. But listen, the only person that's ever been loyal to me in my life is my cat Nibblers. And I want someone to take care of him until he dies. Take good care of him, and then once he dies, you can inherit his fortune.
Did you know about any of my father's,
his mistresses?
Huh?
His mistresses?
No, I had no idea. Did you know of any?
Oh, many. He was quite the playboy in his day. You know, they used to call it, in the Irish people, they used to call it a gumat. That would be like the girlfriend to a married man. He had several gumats. And even a couple he got pregnant, and he'd believe in abortion. As you know, he'd believe in abortion or adoption. So they're floating around there somewhere. You have siblings you don't even know about, haven't even met yet.
This is amazing.
I know it is mind-blowing to get a call like this at this time of night. But like I said, I don't have a whole lot of time left, so I need to get, like the doctor said, I need to get my ducks in a row, get my affairs in order. And I still haven't made up my mind yet. I'm just trying to feel, are you a cat lover?
Of course. I had a 9-year-old cat, a Siamese cat.
Oh, you did?
That died because with an accident, a car ran over it.
Oh, Nibblers is an indoor cat. He's terrified of being outside. So he would have to be indoors at all time.
Yeah, that was no problem.
He's very old, and he doesn't see so well, and he doesn't hear so well, so he wouldn't see a car coming, and he wouldn't hear it honk at him. So
how do you know about me, but you don't know about my children?
Well, I did know about your children. I knew that you had children, but not. You see, I hear filtered information, and a lot of the family is still. They don't like to talk to me much.
Okay, but who do you know?
Are we going to go into all of that? I don't want to talk about them. They're very they've been very nasty toward me over the years. Okay. I'd rather not talk about them.
I have, you know what I mean? I just have no idea.
That's why I'm talking to you about Nibblers and not him. Nibblers is going to inherit a fortune. Unless he has a caretaker, all the money is going to go to animal welfare. The Humane Society.
Okay.
But if there's someone out there willing to take care of him and there is no proof of his untimely demise, you know, like you poisoned him or ran him over or something, then the inheritance passes along to his caretaker. And in cash, I'm not talking about my house or my life insurance or pension or anything like that. I'm talking about cash. It's about $5.5 million.
Where do you live?
I live in Sherman, Connecticut. It's a very nice, quiet town. A very expensive house. but I still get residuals from my previous performances in burlesque, and sometimes books are written about me in magazine articles, and some of the music that I did back when I was younger. Of course, I can't sing now, but back in the day, I used to sing vaudeville numbers.
What do you know? Who do you know in my father's eye? You know what I mean? I was pretty much removed from a lot of them because they were a lot older than me. You know what I mean? And I didn't have much relationship with them.
Listen, Murphy, you're talking to me like you don't even know who I am. Nobody in the family ever told you that you had a great aunt Jill.
Nope.
This is Murphy Rosenthal, right?
No, Murray.
Oh, Murray.
That's correct.
You're not Murphy.
No.
Well, that explains a lot. I've got the wrong number.
You think you got the wrong number? You called up about an hour ago and spoke to my wife.
No, I did not.
Well, I guess she got a phone call and same thing. Nobody answered.
Well, I'm talking to you now.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry, Murphy. I guess I got the wrong number.
Oh.
I'm sorry to have bothered you.
Yeah, but how old do you think? How old did you think I was?
Well, you even told me things didn't add up. I thought you were in your, 50s or 60s, but you tell me you're old, so you can't possibly be my great-nephew.
Probably not. But in other words, I had no idea, who you were talking about. But is that incredible? But who gave you this number?
Louise.
Louise?
Right. Rosenthal. Listen, I'm sorry I called you. I guess I got the
wrong
wrong person.
Hey, listen. I wish I was the person you wanted. I'm sorry, but you know what I mean. I really feel very. There is no relatives left. I have no relatives left.
Well, you sound like a nice man.
Did you know of?
Tell me about your Siamese cat. What was his name?
Kipper.
Kipper. Oh, that's a cute name. It was a boy.
No, it's a girl.
Oh, wonderful. And what kind was she? Was she a blue or a seal or a chocolate?
No, she was a Siamese. She wasn't a pure Siamese. I had a pure Siamese earlier, but this one was the latest one that I had. And she was 19 years old when she got killed.
And what color was she?
Black.
Oh, so that would be a chocolate point.
Yeah, but I don't have, didn't know where her origin was.
What do you know about Siamese cats and their origin?
Well, I didn't know where she came from. You know what I mean? I had there was no any paperwork on anything. We just got it. I don't know.
She was the stray that you took in?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a wonderful kind of heart. I'd like to hear that.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about Siamese cat behavior?
We had so many cats and dogs and everything like that because my kids, we had animals for years.
Okay, I'm grabbing my pen here.
Yeah, we had.
I want you to tell me what your real name is.
Murray Rosenthal.
Murray Rosenthal, and you're not related to me.
Nah, I no, because if you you'd be over 100 some odd years old if you was
right.
Sister my grandparent.
I'm only 87 years young.
Yeah, no way. Because what year were you born?
Listen, I'm trying to feel you out about what kind of a person you would be.
Yeah.
Even though you're not family, screw my family. The way they treated me, they don't deserve any money from me.
My father was.
What can you tell me about Siamese cat behavior?
Oh well, when they get in heat over there, you just go crazy because they meow you to death.
Well, not just when they're in heat. Siamese cats are generally very vocal and talkative, and they can be aggravating and annoying to the wrong person.
I know, but the cat used to sit on a chair on the back when I would come in just to greet, and that cat greeted everybody, every neighbor when the cat was this was an outside cat too, but it greeted everybody, all the neighbors, everybody loved the cat because the cat was very friendly, and you would have to pick it up, and she would actually put her paws around you and hug you.
Yes, those are the characteristics of a Siamese cat. They're very, very, very intelligent. They're very affectionate.
Absolutely.
They're very vocal. They like to talk, and to some people that can be annoying if they're short-tempered.
Now, see, the one that I had before that was a Siamese that my friend gave to me.
I'm going to see if I can get Nibbles to come to the phone. I have a bag of treats that he likes. I'm going to shake the bag and see if I can get Nibblers to come to the phone. Nibblers, here he comes. Nibblers, you want some treats, Nibblers? Oh, he doesn't want to talk now. He's just sitting there waiting for the treats.
It's amazing.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to think about it. And who knows, maybe someday you'll get a call from a lawyer that says you inherited some money, or you inherited a millionaire cat from someone. I know that sounds strange, but I'm doing this.
Yeah, but I mean, isn't that funny though? I mean, my father, everybody, my uncle, my father's younger brother. All he did is live for cats.
Well, there you go. Maybe it pays to be a cat person.
Yeah, we were cat persons. My father loved cats. I love cats. I always had them. 2, 3 of them at a time, in the house sometimes, you know what I mean?
Okay, well, who knows? Maybe someday you'll get a call from a lawyer saying that you inherited a cat named Nibblers. He's a millionaire cat, and as long as he doesn't die under suspicious circumstances, then you can inherit his fortune.
That's wonderful.
Okay, well, thank you for talking to me for so long, but I need to go and rest my voice.
Okay.
You have a good night, dear. God bless.
All right, thank you.
Good night.
And there you go, a 21-minute call from a greedy Jew trying to inherit my cat. Again, another of the strangest fucking calls I've ever made in my life. I love doing calls that are not just funny, but just like mind-blowingly strange. Anyway, I have to go pee. I gotta go take the first pee break of the night, so I'm gonna play a song here from my favorite gay punk band called Pansy Division. This is more of like a folk song called The Summer You Let Your Hair Grow Out. And I'll be back very shortly, very short. It's a very short song.
thought you and me would get somewhere. I thought you and me would get somewhere.
Wait, I have a better idea. In honor of not being able to get a hold of the Donut Woman earlier tonight, let's play a song called Donut Man from my favorite punk band of all time, the Dickies. Also the world's longest running punk band.
Along without a whole lot to do. Scat no car, scat no clothes. That's what he doesn't know, it's all he knows. 'Cause he's a down-on man. He's doing what he can. He's got the every day, he's got nothing to do. He's found his way. He's a down-on man. He's doing what he can.
I've had short hair pretty much for most of my life. When I was younger, I would grow it long in the front and bleach it blonde and like comb it through so it looked cool, almost like at the time it didn't seem so weird, but nowadays if I were to look at a picture, I'd be looking at that faggot trying to look like Vanilla Ice or something like that. I've always had short hair, and last time I got my hair cut, my hair was medium length. And I said to the woman cutting my hair, I was like, I always wondered what it would be like to have like long hair, but every time it gets to this length, it aggravates me so much that I can't stand it and I want to get it cut. And she's like, well, it doesn't matter. Women don't like men with long hair anyway. I was like, really? She's like, yeah, we're not attracted to men with long hair. And I'm like, yeah, I guess so. Especially if they're 41. A 41-year-old guy with long hair is like absolutely fucking pathetic, I guess. Oh yeah, I used to bleach my hair. I used to dye it all different colors. I used to have a rat tail. That was probably it didn't seem so stupid back then, but now in hindsight, it's like wearing bell bottoms, having rat tail. At the time, it was kind of cool because I would bleach my rat tail blonde. Girls would always want to like braid it, and now I realize how pathetic and stupid. I wish I had pictures of that. I wish I still had the rat tail because one day I got fed up with it, and like one of the girls says, "Can I cut it off?" So she tied a rubber band around like one end and cut it off, and I just had like this long like braided rope of rat tail I should have saved. Then they can clone me after my death if I had kept my rat hair. False says my boyfriend is 44 and he has long hair. Yeah, that's kind of pathetic. Yeah. In your 40s with long hair is kind of like, look, I'm not really 44, I'm really 24, but probably it's more like 54.
And money down, gives her all over down on his face, a beautiful smile, standing out all the while, 'cause he's a downright man, he's doing what he can, he's happy every day, he's got nothing to lose, he's found his way, he's a downright man, he's doing what he can, he's happy every day, he's got nothing to lose, he's found his way.
Hey, is anybody else as impressed as I am at how strong my voice was during that last call? I did Joe for 21 minutes, and I never once like broke up like coughing or hacking, and I did it like completely smooth for 21 minutes. I haven't been able to do that for years.
His children grew up and he grew old. His hands got shaky and the shop not sold out. Then he dies and the story's been told. But they got the death, but I don't know. 'Cause he's a downright man. He's doing what he can. He's happy every day, he's got nothing to lose. He's found his way. He's a downright man. He's doing what he can. He's happy every day, he's got nothing to lose. He's found his way.
Yes, and I'm going to leave soon, so it is indeed new time for UK wake-up calls. Even they might already, as it's like now. Lonesome Loser, I left off with Murray Rosenthal, so I didn't get to any of the other US numbers. So everything after Murray Rosenthal, you can send me again next week, and I'll try again. And there's a lot of numbers I did get to tonight. That 21-minute call, like, threw a damper on everything. I hope you guys enjoyed the 21-minute call. James Allen answered saying the last 4 digits of his number at 12:10. That's a little over an hour ago. Let's call him and wake him up. What is our premise for UK calls tonight? Because I don't want to do the Fanny in the Garden thing again. That only worked for that one guy, like last week. Enjoy my Fanny in the Garden. I wish I still had my old phone, because that number might still be in there, and I could call up the Fanny in the Garden guy and talk to him. For real. Must be a rich guy. Because he lived in a rich town, and he talked about how pleasant the garden was, and the hedges were high, and nobody would see, and there's a fountain and a koi pond, and yeah. Let me dunk your head in the koi pond while I ass bang you from behind. That's my way of saying enjoy fan, ass bang you from behind. We're calling James Allen. Hello, it's James there.
Who are you?
James, it's wonderful to hear your voice, dear. This is me, Max Velocity, from right here in Tunbridge.
What are you doing calling at this time in the morning?
You said call late after your wife went to bed to confirm whether we're on or not for tomorrow. You are coming over to enjoy my Fanny nearby the koi pond in the garden.
I think you got the wrong number, don't you?
Is this James Allen of Tunbridge?
I think you're being rather silly, don't you?
No.
Listen to me, my wife wouldn't have spoken to you because she's been dead 2 years.
No, I didn't say she had spoke to me. Oh, she's dead for 2 years? So why did you tell me to call after she's gone to sleep?
I did call you.
Oh, no, I didn't say you called me. I said you spoke to me.
Yeah.
I met you at the supermarket. Right. So now you're playing dumb, so does this mean you're backing out? You're having second thoughts?
Road, the withering turn off, water lanes is being closed at Ilston. Everything else pretty much okay on the Met in 5 live traffic. 5 live, 1 4.
He's already up listening to morning radio. He doesn't want to enjoy my fanny near the koi pond in the garden. We added a new element to koi pond. You know what a koi pond is? It's like a little pond where you put koi fish. Okay, so who's next on the list? We have James Brown. I feel good. Living in, also, instead of living in Tonbridge, she lives in Tunbridge. Yes, Nunu thinks it's funny he was listening to 5 Live. I like the guy last week that thought I was the phone jacker. Or was that 2 weeks ago? I forget. You work this much, all the days run together.
Yes.
Jimmy!
Hello?
Do you mind if I call you Jimmy? That was fast. I'm calling back.
What?
Alright, I'll call you James then, if you don't like being called Jimmy. I was just trying to be personable.
It's the middle of the night.
No, it's not. It's very early in the morning. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bacon.
Who is it?
It's Max Velocity, bringer of mirth and merry. But listen, the reason why I'm calling is to confirm whether we're still on or not, for you to come over to my garden and enjoy my fanny near the koi pond. Hello? You said you were going to bend me over right good, right over the stone bench, right near the koi pond. Maybe dunk my head in the water a little bit. I like it a little rough sometimes. Oh, maybe I'll try one more. Or maybe I'll wait. Somebody else has to have a better idea, rather than enjoying my fanny in the garden near the koi pond. Somebody has to have a better idea, because I don't think that one's going to work again. Then again, I didn't think it was going to work trying to get somebody to take care of my elderly cat, who is heir to a $5.5 million fortune. Anyway, if you have ideas for prank calls, I don't need numbers. Now I need ideas. I'm beseeching people to come up with ideas for prank calls tonight. I'm going to play a song. Hope people send me ideas. And when I come back, I'll decide whether I'm going to continue or say goodnight. In the meantime, here's a song very close to my heart, a very short one, called Imaginary Superstar.
Imagine us screaming proud.
Yes, can I help you?
Jane.
Jane, yes.
How you doing, Jane? Remember me, Frank from 81? I used to go crazy up there in the store, dance for all the customers.
Oh, yes.
How you doing? Everything?
Fine, you?
How's business? Good?
Fine, yes.
Oh, great. I'm glad to hear that, Janie. Listen, I'm just asking Mary there. Sally, what was her name there? Mary?
Sally.
Oh, Sally. Geez, yeah. She's telling me that she could, no problem, she'd get me in that 30-40 gauge steel and make me up a set of steel shoes. Because I don't know if she briefed you on my my little cute there, little Hollywood. It's like a little, a humdinger. I get up there, I do a little dance on the old barbecue for the Memorial Day weekend. And I throw a few kicks into the roasting pig, put on a big show. Sometimes give a little hot barbecue sauce all over my foot there, that's not...
So you need something with a steel sole?
Right, a steel, no, yeah, right, but that's where we're going. A steel sole, that's right there. And if you could make me like a special little, like a leather piece that comes up to block the old, the shin there, because when I hook the old pig roast in there, the hot barbecue sauce, I don't need that all over my legs. If you could do me that favor, please. We're all gonna be sitting out there. We all have a good time. The family, we have some meats. We're all sitting out there under the sun, and I'm doing a cute little skid plate dance up on the old barbecue there, huh?
One
time funny thing. Don't you remember the time I came in? I told you that back in '81. Now I was doing the same old gig.
Yes, I remember that.
Remember that? That was awful. And I told you when I slipped off the barbecue and I had the little silly bikini on me and it ripped the bikini right off and I had my ass all charred up on the barbecue there.
But now I don't know if I can be able to get the shoe for you in time. I don't know.
You don't remember that when I told you that?
Yeah, I remember. Yes.
Remember that?
I can get the shoe for you in time.
Remember I came in the store there. I showed you how my ass had all those burns all over the side of my rear end there. Don't you remember me?
But I don't know if I can get the shoes for you.
Yeah. Oh, that was bad there. Oh, the stink coming off me there.
I don't know if I can get the shoes for you. I don't think so.
All right. Well, what do you?
Longer time than that.
Oh, geez, there.
Try
you know what I'll do? I'll come in. I'll show you a prototype there, and because the other ones they just weren't holding up there. But you people always do a wonderful job there, Jane. And you've been doing great for a long time now, and I'm very, very, very proud of you. Okay, so I'll come in and I'll show you my prototype. I might hook you a little bit there, so you get the feel of it, and then we'll see where we go from there.
Well, I don't think we don't have enough time to make it up. No, you coming because I don't have enough time to make the shoe up.
All right. Well, then I'll tell you what. We make it out of wood first, and we see where we go. Okay, Jane? All right. I'll see you when I come in with my shoe.
Okay. Then.
All right, there, sweetheart.
Bye.
Right.
Hello, your call cannot be taken at the moment, so please leave your message after the tone.
That was me trying to call Bob Large. That's not going to work, so let's try the next person on the list. I'm trying to do the call where I asked them for matches to relight the Olympic flame, but they can't tell anyone it went out. Otherwise, we'll have to go all the way back to Greece to light it. Let's try the next person on the list, who is Bob McCall.
Hello?
Hello, is Robert there?
Who's calling, please?
My name is Max Velocity, with the Olympic Committee.
Right.
Perhaps you can help me. Perhaps I don't need Bob. I'm sorry to call so late, but this is very important. As you know, the Olympic torch recently arrived here in England.
It's sort of early in the morning here.
Well, I wouldn't be calling so early if it weren't a matter of such importance. Listen, the flame has gone out, but we can't let him know. We need to get relit very quickly. We're right here in Tunbridge Well, and want to know, can stop by, perhaps a lighter, a fireplace striker, or some matches so we can get the torch before they find out. But we need to keep quiet, that's what we can solve.
You're having me on.
I wish I were, but the rules state that if the flame goes out, we have to go all the way back to Greece to relight it. But if nobody knows, relight here, nobody is ever the wiser.
Right, and you going?
Well, there is no keeping to going. To spare a match, or you have a lighter, or a fireplace striker, something we can use to relight torch here.
And what do you want me to do?
Well, we'll come round, we'll ring bell, give us some matches, and can't tell anyone. It's not funny.
Hang on. I hand you over to Patrick. Just listen.
Hello, who is this, please?
My name's George.
She called you Patrick, but it says here Robert.
And who are you?
My name is Max Velocity. I'm with the Olympic Committee, in charge of bringing the torch through England. As you know, he recently arrived here yesterday, and it's the reason why I'm speaking softly is I'm trying to keep this on the down low, as they say. The flame has gone out, and we can't go all the way back to Greece to relight the flame, suppose, so let's relight it here on the down, and then nobody's ever the wiser, and can't say anything, so that it makes the tabloids.
And why are you calling me at 6 in the morning?
Because we're happy in Tunbridge Well, so we're calling you first. You were the first number that we found here, because we're very near Covent Down. And you were the first person to answer the phone, so all we're looking for is just give us some match or lighter or a fireplace striker, anything that produces flame can be light torched with.
Yeah, no problem. It's borrowed a bit of wood.
Well, all we need is something that can produce a flame. Do you have a match?
Not on me, no.
Or a lighter?
No, I'm in bed.
A fireplace striker?
I don't actually know what that is.
Do you have a gas stove? We'll light it from the pipe.
I have a barbecue in the garden.
Okay, well, fire up the barbecue. Whatever sort of flame, it doesn't matter. What is of the utmost importance is that don't tell anyone, because we don't want to ruin the illusion. And this isn't the first time this happens all the time, but just never hear about it, because everyone wants to maintain the illusion that the fire is constantly kept lit as it travels from country to country.
So yes, you better speak to my wife. Hang on.
Hello? Oh, they hung up. Well, call the person on the road. And hung on. Well, with that, at least I tried your idea. He sounds flaming. Maybe he can light. No, he didn't sound. Does he sound flaming deep? Oh well. At least I tried. With that, I'm going to end the program because I have to get up early tomorrow, and no way around that. Unless I was thinking about quitting the job because I don't like working so many hours. I didn't really want to ever be working so many hours. I wanted maybe like a full-time job. I had a part-time job before. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm ready for a full-time job. And instead, what I found was a job where they expect me to work like 65-hour a week, which is like a full-time job and a part-time job put together. So I was thinking about quitting the other day, and I was like, how would I quit? I want to do it in a funny way. So I was going to wait until they called and then answer as Jill and claim that I was my next-door neighbor and that I had committed suicide.
I'm sorry, Mr. Karen killed himself last night. He left a note saying that he hates everyone and he hopes you all choke on your own vomit.
Well, anyway, thank you all for listening. I hope you had fun. I hope you had as much fun as I at least did. And I'll be back here next week, barring death or suicide. I'll be back here next week to do it all over again. So thank you all for listening. Tune in again next week. Thank you for listening, and stay beautiful. Stay just the way you are, just the way we like you. Stay beautiful.
Nobody can tell you there's only one song worth singing. They may try and sell you, 'cause it hangs them up to see someone like you. But you've gotta make your own kind of music, sing your own special song, make your own kind of music, even if nobody else sings along. You're gonna be nowhere, the loneliest kind of lonely. It may be rough going just to do your thing, the hardest thing to do. But you gotta make your own kind of music, sing your own special song, make your own kind of music, even if nobody else sings along. So if you cannot take my hand, and if you must be going, I will understand. You gotta make your own kind of music, sing your own special song, make your own kind of music, even if nobody else sings along. You gotta make your own kind of music, sing your own special song.
Yeah, guess that's it. Well, you probably want me to get out of your hair, so here's the Drano in case there's a clog. Soap's right there next to the radio, and towels are on the roof. So, good night.